like you to first take a look to this. What can you see? I cannot move, right? I cannot move. I'm really like stuck. However, if I little by little try to find out the way, right? I can. Okay. And eventually, I will get rid of this, right? So when I did this, for me, I wanted to represent the way I've been feeling my life. I've been feeling really stuck. I've been feeling that, right now, boom, 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 I'm really nervous. So I've been feeling really stuck. I couldn't really feel like breathing for many years of my life. I've been looking always for my freedom. For me, freedom, it's everything. It's everything I always wanted for my life. And for me, freedom was my way out. It was a need. I needed. When I was 17 years old, I was before that stage that you are, still a teenager, but entering into the adulthood. And I had such a future ahead of me. I wanted to be a physicist. I wanted to be a mathematician. I wanted to study engineer. I was so good at art. I was a musician as well. I had such a future ahead of me. And so many opportunities, right? At least in Spain, you decide to go to university at around 17, 18 years old. And, so this is the story of a girl, of a really, really, really fucking sensitive girl. I'm really emotional, and I was always like that. And this is the story of a girl who just feel passionate just about everything, about learning, about feeling everything with my heart. And as many of the speakers, I was also an artist. I love painting. I also put my exhibition. I try to sell my paintings. Since I'm like just 6 years old, I've been painting. And art was my way to express. But then also, I was really good at math. I really loved it. And for me, somehow, since I'm like really child until high school, always the best grades on it. And for me, it was just relaxing, just doing some equations. Maybe for some of you hate math, but I liked it. I'm totally sure you hate that. It's like, what the fuck is she talking about? But and that was one part of me. And I remember I was going for the Olympics of mathematics when I was 13, and then when I was 17. However, I didn't go. Even though I was the only girl in my school, in my classroom, I didn't go. And you know why? Because I was so ashamed of showing that I'm a girl who knows mathematics, I'm a girl who likes this. So I was really ashamed. Quite stupid reason why you decide to not do that. And then when I was 17, again the opportunity went. And I was also going for the Olympics of physics. And again, this time was a pandemic, so okay, I don't have nothing else to do. Then the music came. I've always been, playing some music when I was at school. But when I was 14, my parents gave me a piano. And I remember I was just learning piano through the phone, through an app. I learned the Furalese, like, right? You know that one? And when my parents gave me the piano, I just started to learn. So quick, so passionate. And I was like, wow, I want more of this. I cannot express emotions through music. Can I really do that? Can I just put all my feelings on it? Then it went, from math, I was also passionate about philosophy. I got inspired with some of them. I was really so good at at so many things. I had such a future ahead of me. I wanted to be so many things. I wanted to be artist. I wanted to be physicist. I wanted to be musician. I wanted to be pianist. And however, for me, it was not really an option. I couldn't. I'm coming from a family which was not really helpful. I'm talking about mental problems. I'm talking about living with a person who does not feel good. And to go a bit deeper, when I was 14, my mom tried to suicide. And she didn't at the end, of course. She's still here. But when that happened, I remember the next day, I talked to my dad. And I said to him, Dad, we need to talk. We need to bring Mom to psychologist, to somewhere, because obviously, something happened. You know what was his answer? No, she's totally okay. There is nothing happening on. So I've been asking questions. Why this is going like that? Why this is like that? Why these things are like that? I just cannot understand it. So I couldn't explore all the passions. I see the world through a vision that I want to learn everything. And I couldn't because I was not okay. And I needed to really take care of myself. As many of you mentioned, the survival mode, right? You cannot really dedicate yourself just to do what you want to be. And again, returning to that 17 years old that, had the university ahead. I was going to choose so many things, right, as I said. But no, I didn't went to the science way. I studied psychology at the end. Everyone was surprised. Was like, why not? You were supposed to study engineer. No. Why? I needed psychology. I needed to understand what was my surroundings. I needed to understand what is happening with me, what is happening with my family. And eventually, again, I fell in love with it. And I was like, wow. I ended up being also a neuroscientist. I remember I experimented with rats. I was giving them cocaine. I was then... Yeah. I was literally, we were drugging them and we were training them, and then eventually, I wasn't killing them, but we killed them. We cut their brains, which were just like that. You cut them and then you observe the neurons. We were researching about Alzheimer, I think, in the moment. So I was part of 2 research groups, and it was amazing. However, I still felt like, I want to be that scientist I wanted to be. I want to be the next Nobel Prize. I want to be the next Da Vinci. Why not? Like, everyone will call me ambitious, but I feel like we should have this kind of mentality in life. And I want to be so many things, and I still want to be. And after this period of my life, right, going through high school, where it was not easy, and especially during psychology, I definitely learned many, many things. And what I have learned is that still there's so many questions I have. Still there's so many things I want to become, right? And I finished psychology, and then I came here to Czech Republic. It was a coincidence because I didn't want at the beginning. I got rejected twice in the place I wanted, and eventually Czechia was the best. I don't regret at all. And I loved it. But still, there is something inside of me that still I want to be, right? I still want to be that scientist person. So, despite being already 2-3 years without studying, just working, I decided to, let's start again. Let's be happy with that 17 years old. So I got the courage, I applied to physics, and I got accepted in the... It's totally my dream. I returned, doing exercises, and was like everything so automatically, even after 7 years old without doing it. And I'm like, okay, this is here, it's on me. And so yeah, I'm really happy about this. And if I want you to keep a message from all of this, it's first, please ask questions to yourself. Because sometimes we are really scared of the answers. Like, am I in the right job? Am I in the right place? Am I with the right partner? Am I really studying what I wanted to be? Ask yourself those questions, and of course, don't never just give up of the dreams that you have as a kid. Please don't do it. Like, doesn't matter if people call you you're too dreamer. No, don't be. Like, be a fucking dreamer. Like, yeah. So, for me, my passion, right? Because I want to be so many things, and I will be. I'm totally sure. My passion is just looking for the freedom I told you. Is looking for the freedom to just learn everything I want to be. My passion is just learning, looking for the freedom that everyone should have. To ask your own questions, to study, to be whatever you want to be, to change career if you want, right? And that's all. So my name is Alexandra. Actually, my name is quite long. My whole name is Alexandra Juliana Aguilar. So my name is, let's say, Alex or Alexandra, and that's all. Thank you so much.